180 Bravo Bravo, good afternoon to you. Report your altitude?
2,000 feet on 1014, Bravo Bravo.
Bravo Bravo.
Hello YouTube, Wycliffe Barrett here, Xplane dedicated. Today we're going to have a look at the JustFlight TB-10 Tobago and TB-20 Trinidad. Right, this aircraft is a beautiful aircraft. You get it from JustFlight and it costs £27.99 or 31.80 euros, or if you're going to buy it in the good old US dollar, it's $37.98. Many thanks to Martin Eady. The copyright is his on this photograph. The cockpit of the TB-10. Some people say it looks a little bit weird, but everything's there, and when you look at the model here, it looks pretty reasonable. It looks exactly as it should. We're looking at the TB-10 now, and the first thing that you notice about this is the wheel fairings and also that the undercarriage is not retractable. So that's the first thing you notice. The main differences are in the engine capacity. Now then, the SocataTB series first went into production in 1975 and actually ceased production in 2012. If you wanted to buy one at the time, they were $520,000. So that's $500,000. I'll have to work it out and what it is in sterling, and I'll put it up here on screen. But as I say, $520,000, and there you see the TB-20, which had the retractable undercarriage. Now then, what JustFlight have done, and Thranda, they've come up with this neat little menu system here, and as you can see, as you click on certain buttons, certain things open. The pilot door opens, cockpit door opens, you've got the oil dipstick there. There's all sorts of incredible little features around this aircraft. It's so well modelled. It is absolutely quite breathtaking. The company Thranda is JustFlight's in-house development team, so you can expect to see more and more from these guys, and they really do spend an awful lot of time. Look at the engine cowling there, really kind of well moulded. You'll notice that there are tie downs, and you've got the tow bar at the front there. When you click those off, you can turn off everything, so the tie guys, as I have done, and you can set yourself up ready to fly. Now, just to the left of that little graphic, there's a little arrow pointing, and that's how you activate it. Now, if you remove, if you shut down the graphic, the user interface, that arrow is still there, but you can actually fade it out by using your scroll wheel. It's still there, it's just faded out. And as you can see here, we've got all the navigation suite and radio suite all pops out, and you can turn it on independently, but only one of them, I think, you can actually move to another monitor. So the rest stay on the same monitor, but one can be moved. It's this one here, which is your GNS. So I've just moved it over to my other monitor on the left hand side. We'll bring it back now, so you can click on it and make it a movable window, but it's the only part of the avionics suite that you can do that with. As I say, this aircraft is packed with features, and it's absolutely staggering in its realization. For example, so the model is an accurately modelled TB-10 Tobago and TB-20 Trinidad, built using real-world aircraft plans. There are numerous animations, as we've seen already with the cockpit windows and dipstick and all sorts of other stuff. It's using 4096 by 4096 textures, and that's to produce the highest possible texture clarity. PBR, physically based rendering materials with real-time environment reflections for superb quality and realism throughout. Now, I haven't done a proper startup in this because I'm trying to find my way around it. It was really difficult. You can see I'm messing around with reflections there and just turning reflections on and off on different things. As I say, I didn't do a cold and dark start because I did try. I turned the ignition key and I pressed all sorts of switches, and I couldn't find to start it. But then again, I hadn't read the manual. There you can see the weights and balance, and you can put your fuel in there as well, and that will change all the weight and balance of the aircraft for your takeoff. I'm at Barton, by the way, in case you're wondering, Manchester Barton. I will do a takeoff, but what I did was I did a auto start, and I'll show you that feature in a moment. Here's the volume control. So there's an individual volume control, and the sound pack for this is extremely good. It is really, really good. There you have a checklist. Maybe if I'd gone through the checklist, I would have been able to have done this and started it up rather than just relying on the auto start. But if an auto start's there, why not use it? I don't fly enough GA aircraft, I've said this before, but this is one that I could actually get to grips with. I quite like it. Anyway, moving on, talking about some of the other features here. So it's a truly 3D cockpit, right down to accurately modelled seat belts and screw heads. You look at some of the screw heads on things and you think, you know, this is a real aircraft. You know, they're all scratched and worn because they've been screwed and unscrewed several times. There's the logbook. Never looked at that before, but the logbook is in Xplane 11 and you can call it up at any time, and that is also a dockable window, so you can move that onto another monitor if you so wish. It logs all your flights that you've ever done. I didn't realise I'd done so many flights. Moving on, you've got interactive engine start checklist that responds to user inputs and sim variables, interactive checklists for every stage of flight, aircraft configuration system that will allow you to choose between cold and dark or ready for takeoff. I think that's what I need to use. And one of the other things that I forgot to mention about this is and I've forgotten what it is. One of the other things I forgot to mention is the liveries. You get 10 liveries altogether, so 5 liveries in each variation of the aircraft. It's one install, so you just simply install it, and as you go through the liveries in the livery picker, you can see which variation of aircraft they are. They're all marked the TB-10 or TB-20. Fully functional and comprehensive IFR capable avionics, including the KMA-24H audio selector unit, GNS 430 with COM1 NAV1 radio and GPS unit. It's got a GNC 255 COM2 NAV2 radio unit, and of course your KN62 DME unit. So it's fully functional. There's all sorts of stuff in here. Just doing a takeoff here now. This is at Barton Airfield. It's a grass strip, so you need a lot more thrust. I think I did a run up on the brakes up to about 2,500 RPM, and even then, you know, it was a long takeoff, sticking to the grass. And don't forget, on a grass runway you are going to need extra power, and you know, make sure you set your trim. So there we are, just lifting off before we get to the end of the runway at Barton Airport around Manchester. All very nice indeed. Beautiful aircraft to fly, really easy to handle and trim out, although very much affected by the slightest breeze. I felt it seemed very twitchy in the air, but you know, maybe that's just a reflection of the model, because this model has been verified by real-world pilots that actually fly this aircraft, so the flight dynamics on it are absolutely brilliant. I thoroughly enjoyed this short flight around Manchester, having a look at different things. Moving on then, so we've got an interactive logbook which we've already seen. There's a flight computer panel with useful information such as fuel burn, endurance speed and wind speed direction. Yoke mounted flight timer clock. It's apparently Goodway compatible, so if you've got the Goodway flight planner, you can create your flight plans in Goodway and import them straight into the GNS 430. Aircraft systems have custom coded fuel system, including the option of automatic fuel tank switching, custom coded electrical system with functional circuit breakers, realistic landing gear with slow and fast tyre rotation, simulated vapor lock condition with warning pop-up and suggested actions, a myriad. There are so many features on this aircraft that are just too many to mention, quite literally too many to mention. I'm not going to give you the full list, but what I will do is I'll put as much of it as I possibly can in the description below, along with links to JustFlight, where you can buy this wonderful aircraft. If you like flying GA and you're a member of XPD GA, then you probably need to get hold of this. There are an awful lot of GA aircraft about and coming out. JustFlight are beginning to knock out a lot of stuff for Xplane, and this one is feature rich and well worth the buy. I'm going to keep quiet for a little while. We'll have a little bit of music, and then as we come into land at Barton Airport, I'll get right back to you. Here we are then as we come into land at Barton Airport in the wonderful TB-10 Socata, French company that produced this aircraft. Absolutely wonderful. And coming in, bit of a kite-tack approach onto 07 left. 08 left, sorry. There we go. Not forgetting, touching down on grass, we're going to stop a lot quicker. We'll see you soon. Cheerio.